Yes, my beloved people, my beloved listeners, this is a new day. As court adjourns Nnamdi Kanu's case once again to January for the second time. Yes, this is how Nnamdi Kanu case has been adjourned again when there was an emergency, meeting and filing of suit. Justice Binta Iyanko of the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja on Thursday adjourned the trial of the detained leader of the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, till January 18, 2022 rather. Politics Nigeria recalls that Kanu's case was originally scheduled to be heard next year, but the court on Wednesday granted an abridgment of time after a motion was filed by the Nigerian separatist leader. This allowed for an emergency hearing today, Thursday. Well, as it is, Justice Ejimako had on November 10th, 2021 adjourned the trial of Kanu till January 19th and 20th, 2022 for trial, but the court yesterday granted an abridgment of time after a motion was filed in that respect, and his matter was again heard today. Kanu was absent in court. Wow. How? And one of his lawyers, lawyer Ejimako, told journalists that part of the things that was heard is the application for his bail. Among others, Ejimako also said it is not mandatory for Kanu to be in court for the bail application hearing. Yes. Earlier, there were expectations that the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB leader, would be making an unscheduled appearance in court today. There was little presence of security operatives, which is unusual with Kanu's court appearance. Nnamdi Kanu is facing charges bordering on alleged terrorism and treasonable felony. Yes, I like that word, alleged terrorism, which it has not been founded or is not the pronouncement or the result until court. Yes, until court make its verdict and release its judgment. So Kanu may not still be guilty because they are using all this as a yardstick to make sure Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu does not leave the court premises or until their tenure ends. That is what the narrative is all about. Trying to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu as a separatist and Sunday Igboho as a separatist, they believe they are a threat to this present administration, which is very, very true because they are threats. After which Nnamdi Kanu in 2017 ran for his dear life, they said Nnamdi Kanu jumped bail, this and that, and that was not the true story. The true story is that Nnamdi Kanu house was invaded by this same called DSS and this present administration just because Nnamdi Kanu is propagating the gospel of bad governance of Buhari. And those that are eating on the table, there are those that are eating crunches. I wouldn't want Buhari to leave that office so that they can continue to make sure always eat, from the table. And that is the reason why they would not, want these so-called separatists an agitator to have their way, and that is what it is, trying to change the narratives. But as it is, I believe they will keep adjourning the case. They keep adjourning case, adjourning, and this is not helping matter at all. So it's better they lay judgment and leave verdict on time, and let's know what the result or the outcome may be than playing around with Nnamdi Kanu and the so-called separatists, which is not really helping the matter as it is. Even I believe Malami public interest determine political situation for Nnamdi Kanu also, which is not so appalling, or let me say, it's not so helping the state of its government. I mean President Muhammadu Buhari's government, because as it is, President Muhammadu Buhari's government has faulted the citizens and violated so many of the law that guides human fundamental rights, which is, and it is not about who is involved, but what are the facts and the factual situation to the ground. Well, the opinion as the chief law officer is to profile a solution on the basis or facts on the ground, and not on the basis or perhaps individual interest. Yes, talking about Malami, that's just a pinpoint that Malami side on the story. Yeah, because as Nnamdi Kanu is being held in DSS custody, it's just a tip. Yes, release him. he will be released. Buhari also can do that, but as it is, some people are saying, is it Buhari that is there? Because they don't even understand what is really going on any longer. Maybe it's Malami that is controlling Buhari, or Malami is the one presiding over Nigeria. Yes, I would say it is Malami. He is presiding over Nigeria. Buhari is just representing the Nigerian state, going abroad, traveling here and there, and nothing would still come out. Definitely, that is what the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari has put Nigerians into, and that is what they believe. And it's a wrong belief and a wrong notion. Yes, it's a wrong notion, because as it is, Nnamdi KANU will keep, attending court order, attending, still nothing will come out of it. That is what the narrative has been. And well, we're trying to make sure, they are trying to play politics and trying to make sure they, achieve their aim. Yes, achieving their aim is what they really want to do, taking Nnamdi KANU from one place to another. Yeah, this will be the 5th time. I believe the international lawyer was not present, and he does not need to be present any longer, because he has said it, that if the judiciary system, or the judiciary of the Nigeria have compromised, that means there is nothing he can do. The only thing he said he would do is this is a violation of fundamental right, that international panel will come into it, and then I believe we would have reported to the International Criminal Court, yes, which is the ICC. Let's see how it unfolds. Well, the greatest concern or attention should be how to fix or revamp our tomatoes economy. The greatest threat now is inflation, extremely high cost of goods and services. Millions of families are in deep pain on how to survive now because of poor economy. Every day, the population of beggars on our streets and public places are in the increase. Ordinary people, or the common people, are more concerned about how to get food and shelter. Serious attention should be on how to quickly salvage the economic politics, and its intrigues are for politicians. They are already on the comfort zone. The poor masses and interest how to get food and shelter to rest their head. Yes, definitely they should leave Nnamdi KANU and Sunday Igboho. They are not the problem of the country. The great threat is just the one of the things that this person has mentioned. Yes, it's food and security. That's just it. We are talking about Nnamdi KANU and Sunday Igboho. You are accusing them of stockpiling arms, and the US that is selling ammunition to you are telling you this is not what it is. And when you came to buy ammunition from us, you didn't tell us you want to go and use it on Nnamdi KANU, just an individual, or rather you want to use it on IPOB. They will put it on the table. They will ask you, are they terrorists? What are the threats? You only said the Fulani herdsmen and Boko Haram and all that have been disturbing. That definitely, we know that. We all know, because we know what is obtainable. So why would Nnamdi KANU and Sunday Igboho be threats to the whole federation? What they are seeking for is embedded in the constitution and is lawful. Yes, it happens everywhere. Even if definitely you are even doing good, if the country is in good shape, there will be some persons who say they are not contented and they would want more. They will still agitate. And the agitation now depends on whether they are protesting violently, or they are just what's it called? They are just agitating. There is a mere agitation. So since they are unarmed and they are not causing violence and havoc, definitely it's a public interest. Generally, this country needs to be divided so that everyone will run their own nation the way they want. Not when others desire to move forward. Some naturally wants to go backward, and they are born backward. An idiot. This is what it's all about. So you now tell me Nnamdi KANU is the one in fueling the NSAS or fuel the NSAS protest, or Nnamdi KANU is the one telling the Bubeagu or the IPOP to go and start destroying police formation. You tell me Nnamdi KANU is the one telling bandits to take over Zamfara. You tell me Nnamdi KANU is the one intriguing the so-called the diaspora agitators, those that everybody is concerned. Not only Nnamdi KANU, just Nnamdi KANU and Sunday Igboho are just let me say the representation of agitation. So that's just it. So I don't see any reason why Nnamdi KANU will be the problem of this country.